Hello, you silly savages! And welcome to the next episode of my video series, where I give my favorite episodes from each Scooby-Doo series. We've made it to Scooby-Doo's All-Star Laff Olympics, a cartoon show that was basically Hanna Barbera's version of the Olympics. It ran from 1977 to 1978, and featured 3 teams competing for the Laff Olympics gold medal. The Scooby-Doobies, the Yogi-Yahooies, and the villains of every episode, the Really Rottens. In my previous videos, I've talked about my top 10 episodes with a few honorable mentions, but with this video, I'm just going to focus on my top 5 episodes of the Laff Olympics. I chose these episodes because I felt like they have fun character moments, good events that the characters compete in, and it helps if the scores between the teams are close until the end. So my 5th favorite Laff Olympics episode is the Sahara Desert and Scotland. The teams partake in the Dune Buggy Race, the Fill Up the Oasis Well contest, the Loch Ness Monster Photograph Race, and the 3-legged Kilt Race. The Sahara Desert events weren't too entertaining, but the Scotland portion of the competition really brought the excitement. My favorite event by far was the Loch Ness Monster Photograph Race. It's a unique concept that fits in well with the setting, and feels like anybody could have won the event. Another cool thing about this episode is how far ahead the Really Rottens are going into the final event. They're 55 points ahead of the other teams, and seeing as how the most amount of points a team can get in a normal event is 25, they seem to have it all in the bag. But unfortunately for them, they decide to cheat in multiple ways in the last event, leading to them conveniently losing 75 points and allowing the Yogis to win. The 4th best episode of the Laff Olympics is Arizona and Holland. Similar to the Sahara Desert, the Arizona portion of the competition is the weakest, with uninteresting events like horse riding and bull lassoing. However, the Holland portion is very strong. The first event in Holland is the Spinning the Windmill event, which is a very solid event by itself, but the dike building event is what really makes this episode truly exciting. The scores between all teams are tied at this point, meaning that whoever wins this event wins the Laff Olympics. The contestants have to build a wall of sand to stop the rising water from washing them away. This added element of limited time makes for an exciting finish where the winner doesn't get revealed until the very end. The 3rd best episode is South America and Transylvania. This episode doesn't have the highs of Holland, but is more consistently good. In South America, the contestants must lasso a radio bull, an event that is very similar to the event in Arizona, and race rubber rafts down the Amazon River, which is good utilization of the environment and a well-executed event. In Transylvania, the contestants must compete in a monster scavenger hunt and a log roll race through the Brack Lagoon. The Transylvanian environment really stands out compared to some of the other generic events, and I like the way the monsters are utilized. So, the runner-up episode is Russia and the Caribbean. In Russia, they run a moose sled marathon and a Hopak dance race. The Hopak dance race looks ridiculous, but I never knew how much joy I could get from watching cartoon characters race like this. In the Caribbean, they compete in a dolphin race and a treasure hunt to find Bluebeard's treasure. The treasure hunt is the highlight of this episode, as the idea is very creative for the Laff Olympics, and has the added tension of being another final event where the teams are all even going into it. It was a fun event to watch and has another very close conclusion. But my favorite episode of the Laff Olympics is a more simple episode. That episode is France and Australia. Although this episode doesn't have a close finish like the other episodes in my top 5, the character moments are ones that stick with me more than the others, whether it be Grape Ape's unique way to capture the flag on top of the Eiffel Tower, or Blue Falcon's out-of-this-world boomerang throw. This episode is the one that I think of when I think of the Laff Olympics, which is why it is my number 1. Now, I certainly wouldn't recommend watching the entire series like I did. That's too much Laff Olympics for one person, I think. But if you want to experience the Laff Olympics without spending too much time on it, I would recommend checking out these 5 episodes. In my next video, I'll be checking out the Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo show. But thank you for checking out this video. If you enjoy the content, then I would appreciate it if you subscribed. Have a great day.